Planning your next getaway? Let Travel Simple for You handle the details so you can focus on the memories. Owned by Gigi Henderson and located in Tuscola, Illinois, Travel Simple for You is dedicated to creating the vacation of your dreams. Whether it's a family adventure, a romantic escape, or a group experience like river cruises, ocean cruises, and guided land tours. See what trips are currently available or book your personalized travel consult today at travelsimple.com. Your dream vacation starts with Travel Simple for You. Do you love to cook and bake? Why not have the kitchen of your dreams and stock up with Pampered Chef this season? From kitchen shears to measuring cups or stainless steel cookware, Pampered Chef has all of your kitchen essentials and accessories to help you cook with ease and comfort. Prepare meals for friends or the whole family? Interested in learning more or hosting a party? Reach out to Teresa on Facebook by searching Cooking with Teresa or visit her website, www.pamperedchef.com/PWS/TRogers5. Duty Calls BS Falls can highlight your business. We are looking for small businesses that are interested in being featured as a sponsor in our podcast. If you're a friend of the show or the host, family member, or just interested in being featured here to get the word out about your business, send an email to dutycallsbsfalls@gmail.com with your inquiry and business description. We'll get back to you with additional details. Note, Duty Calls BS Falls is a political and opinion-based podcast located in Douglas County, Illinois.
Okay, hey everybody, Kirk Rogers here, Duty Calls BS Falls. This is going to be episode 7. I'm going to have 7 episodes of podcasts in the can after this one's done. Here by myself today. I just got some stuff that I want to talk about, a little bit of housekeeping. When I started this podcast, I put a video out on our Facebook page that told everybody, if your feelings get hurt easy, or you don't like what I'm saying, you should just drive on past and not watch my podcast. It says at the beginning of every podcast that these podcasts are opinionated and political and all of those things. And if what I talk about offends you, then you need to move on and drive away. This is my podcast. I own it. I own all the stuff you see sitting here. I own it all. And it's my forum to talk about what I think and what I believe in, and I am going to tell you that what I talk about is the truth, and that's just the way it is. And with that being said, I got a couple of housekeeping things I want to talk about. Number one, since I've started a podcast, my social media has been flooded with friend requests. A lot of them, I don't even know who they are. And I'm here to tell you right now, if you send me a friend request on social media and I don't know you, I will not accept it. I will not accept it if I don't know who you are. Number two, if I know who you are and you've been adversarial with me in the past, I will not accept your friend request. And number three, if you send me a friend request and I may know who you are but really don't know you, and I know that you've talked shit about me in the public, I won't accept your friend request. Now, if you've had a change of heart and a change of opinion that's made you decide to send me that friend request, well, maybe you should come and meet me in person and get to know me and apologize to me, and then we'll go from there and decide whether or not I'm going to accept it. So with that being said, I'm going to move on. This isn't going to be a very long podcast, but I wanted to jump on today and just say I'm not going to talk about any issues that may reflect upon our local election anymore. I've talked about a lot of stuff. It's less than 2 weeks out. It is exactly 2 weeks out. I'm recording this on a Tuesday, so it's exactly 2 weeks out from that election day. Everybody's made their mind up by now. So, you know what? We're just going to sit back and watch and see what happens and let the votes get counted and let the people speak. That's what we're going to do. Everything that I've talked about in the past couple of podcasts is factual stuff that I know, and I've got a whole list of other stuff that I'd like to talk about too. But you know what? I'm just going to leave it on my notepad, and I'm not going to talk about it. Everybody seems to be getting butthurt and getting upset, and there's no reason. It's not healthy, people. There's no reason to do that. But I'll say again, this is my podcast, and I will talk about the things I want to talk about. And if you don't like it, you just drive on past and go watch Hallmark movies or something. That's what you need to do. I've also have been told that I don't want to say the word accused, but I have been labeled. How about labeled as a bully? Well, I don't think I'm a bully at all. In fact, I do everybody that's kind to me, I bend over backwards to help them and do things, and I really don't think I'm a bully. Evidently, other people's definition of a bully and my definition of a bully are two different things, but I am going to ask hard questions. I am going to ask for factual information, and I am going to talk. I'm not going to hold back. That's why this podcast is called what it's called. Duty calls BS false. It's what it says. It's where the bullshit stops. There's no bullshit here. And all I'm doing is speaking and saying and talking about the things that I hear about from people in the public that don't want to say them, or they let a guy like me do it. They let a guy like me come on here and say this because I know that I'll say what they're thinking, and then they don't have to worry about it because I've got the broad shoulders and I can accept it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the way it is. But I don't, if that, or I don't know if that makes me a bully. I don't think I'm a bully. We all have different definitions of being a bully. I mean, let me throw a hypothetical situation at you. Say you got two people that live across the street from each other, and one has a political sign in their yard for one candidate, and the neighbor across the street has a political sign in their yard for the other candidate. But the neighbor for the one candidate is friends with the person across the street and bugs them and bugs them and bugs them and calls them and bugs them and bugs them and bugs them about having that sign in their yard until the person across the street gets tired of hearing it and they take their sign down. Is that bullying? What is that? I don't know. You make your own decision. Here's another hypothetical situation. Well, actually, it's not hypothetical. It really happened. Say you got somebody going out in their driveway to put their trash out, and they have a sign for a political candidate in their yard, and somebody pulls in their driveway, gives them the finger, and asks them why they have that sign in their yard. Is that bullying? I'm asking you, is it or isn't it? So anyway, with all that being said, I am not gonna talk about local politics anymore. Now that doesn't mean I'm not gonna tell you what a piece of shit I think J.B. Pritzker is, and how I paying those taxes, and I don't like Dick Durbin, and I don't like Tammy Duckworth, and I support our president 10,000%. In fact, let me talk about that. I am 100% behind our president, our cabinet, and the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the military for their attacks on Iran, their strikes on Iran. I was in high school when our embassy was taken over and all those hostages were held for all those days. I was in high school. I remember what trying times those were. Being an almost 18-year-old kid, you didn't know if we were going to go to war and get drafted then. And when I was in high school, one of those hostages was a man from right up here in Sydney, Illinois. And I remember when he came to the high school and put on a talk after he was released as a hostage. And with everything from that and how they ousted the Shah of Iran and everything we've had to deal with Iran all these years, I don't know how anybody could talk against what we're doing there right now. And I just don't get it. And, and speaking of that, let's get back to the bully talking. I mean, you talk about bullies. There's people out there that say they support the president and all this stuff, and that's great. And I do too. Well, there's no more bigger of a bully than him. I mean, he said today he can't stand the United Kingdom. He can't stand Spain. He can't stand the Supreme Court. So, if you come across and say that about him, if you like him, then how can you call anybody a bully? And it's just the way he is, and he's always going to be that way. So love him or leave him. I voted for the man, and I'd vote for him again. So that's where I stand with that. But I'm not going to talk about this local politics stuff anymore. I'm not going to say another word about it. Everybody knows where I stand. Everybody knows my position. And we're just going to sit back now and let the people do the talking is what we're going to do. But if I can't reiterate enough, if you don't like, I don't know, maybe my podcasts are like driving past a bad car wreck. You can't stop looking. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. But if you don't like what I talk about, if you don't like what you see, just drive on past. A lot of you people have social media and put stuff on that I don't like. I just drive on past. I don't say a word. I can throw a couple of people out that just post the most god-awfulest liberal crap on there, and I don't say a word. I just keep on driving and drive on by. So that's, if you don't like it, just keep on moving. That's all you got to do. I'm not here to please you. I'm here to have my podcast and please the listeners that I do have that reach out to me and tell me they like my content. And trust me, those are lots and lots and lots of people. I had a young man yesterday that told me how much he liked my podcast, and I didn't even know who he was. So that's just the way it is. And I've got my K9 unit down here in the studio doing their sweep, making sure everything's okay. That's what you're hearing in the background. But anyway, my feedback on my podcast is positive stuff, and I'm going to keep on doing my podcast. I'm going to find different things to talk about. And I don't know, I may have a whole table full of old retired cops sitting in here someday, and we'll talk about being cops when you could really be a cop. When you could really be a cop, and you were a cop and a good cop, and you didn't worry about thinking that I'm a cop, but somebody's bullying me. If you want to know what bullying was, you should have been a cop when I became a cop back in the middle 80s and through that. You had bosses back then that told you how it was, and then if you let your feelings get hurt too easy, then you were doing the wrong job. In fact, I still have a group of guys I worked with and I run around today with, and you better have thick skin when you hang out with those guys, because if not, you're just going to get your feelings hurt. So, that's just the way it is, and I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to say I'm sorry. I'm just going to say, hey, if you feel that way, well, pull your pants up. I don't know what else to tell you. That's just the way it is. So anyway, everybody needs to get out and vote on March 17th. You need to get out and vote, and it's important that we vote for our candidates. You need to pull a Republican ballot. We need to vote for our candidates of who we want to be on the slate in the fall. And if I'm telling you, I've told you, if anybody needs a ride to the polls that day, I will come get you and take you. And all you got to do is just send me a message on messaging on social media. Leave me a message on the Duty Calls BS Falls Facebook page, and I will come pick you up and take you to the polls. I've got an expedition sitting out in my shed that I can haul a whole lot of people to the polls to go vote. So anyway, let's all just be cool. Let's just be cool. Let's love one another. And let's just roll on with life, and then we'll just play this out and see how it turns out on March 17th. And remember, you don't have to take shit off of anybody. See you soon.
This episode of Duty Calls BS Falls is brought to you by Within Your Reach Marketing, located in Arthur, Illinois. Lexi Taylor and her team bring a variety of marketing services to small and medium businesses located in Illinois, including social media management, website creation, print media, and marketing consulting. Are you a small business looking for change in 2026? Give Lexi and her team a shout out on Facebook, Instagram, or their website, withinyourreachmktg.com. From Chicago to Cairo, Within Your Reach Marketing is here to help the small business owners who aren't sure where to start and help their dreams grow. Looking for something sweet to brighten your day? Stop by Dessert First Bakery in downtown Tuscola, located at 117 West Sales Street. From warm, fresh-baked morning muffins to delightful afternoon cookies and macarons, there's always something delicious waiting for you. Owned by Samantha Baird, this beautiful new bakery in downtown Tuscola is bringing all of the feel of urban city bakery with the small town atmosphere. Whether you're treating yourself or grabbing something to share, Dessert First has a flavor for every craving. They're open Thursday through Sunday, so swing in, indulge a little, and remember, at Dessert First Bakery, dessert isn't just a treat, it's a priority. Stop by and see them at Sam's brand new storefront.